like, if you can, a 5-star review. And also, don't forget, we have no penalties. So we are live on YouTube. Say hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
And we're going to go ahead.
It's your birthday. Oh.
We're going to get started with our 30-second introductions. Jeff, will you time us, please? Thank you. The question of the day is, what is your favorite Halloween costume? And we're going to start with Barry and Peter. You are on.
Tina, I have a question. Is it our favorite one we've worn or our favorite one that we've seen?
How about the favorite one you've worn?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, so Barry, you are up, and Peter, you are on deck.
Well, thank you, Tina. I'm Barry Rubin. I'm with Direct HR, and we provide payroll, benefits, and HR services and assist with compliance under state and federal law for companies. So we allow businesses to improve productivity and profitability because they focus on their core mission and they grow, and it happens every single time. We were recently very proud to say we were recently awarded the Finance Monthly Magazine's Insurance Master Plan Award for providing the best, most progressive master plan in the United States. So we can provide a master plan for all 50 states for clients of ours that are looking for health insurance options for their employees. Typically, our businesses grow between 7 and 9%. That was a study done by the American Payroll Association. So if you're looking to grow your business and succeed from this pandemic, we can certainly assist with that. So the greatest costume I ever wore, Mark knows this story quite well, he likes to tease me with it, was a 101 Dalmatian. I was a Dalmatian, but for some reason or another, everyone was yelling at me, eat more chicken as I walked down the street. So I gave that costume away.
You know what they say.
Barry is never, ever boring.
I don't know why they would do that, but it was a Dalmatian. Certainly looked like a
damn
Dalmatian
cow. That's why you looked like. That's why we yelled that.
Why did they yell that, Mark?
You looked like a damn cow.
I did look like a cow.
Okay, you guys. Peter, you are up, and Ralph, you are on deck.
Hi, everybody. Peter Crampton with Menu Top Ads. I'm going to be presenting today, so I'm just going to take this little opportunity to say thank you to RGA. Thank you to Mark O'Donnell for putting this together. RGA has allowed my business to be a year ahead of my goals. I'm so grateful for the people I've met on here. Barry has become a very good friend. I've had a lot of the members here support my product. So just thank you. I can't say enough about RGA. If you're out there listening, come join us. Peter Crampton, Menu Top Ads.
Oh, that was so nice. Peter, what was your favorite Halloween costume?
You know, I'm not much of a dresser up for. I like Halloween, but I can't think of one I've ever worn. Okay,
that's fair. Okay, Ralph, you're up, and Jeff, you're on deck.
Good morning, Ralph Downer with Downer Sales. Where do you go shopping? Do you go to Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, Publix? Those are some of my partner stores. Do they pay you back when you go in there? If you sign up with me for free, you'll get paid back when you do your shopping. Ralph Downer with Downer Sales. For me, it was a Pirates outfit.
Okay.
A Pirate's life for me.
Pirates?
Jeff, you are up, and Phyllis, you're on deck.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jeff Michaels. I'm a Regional Vice President and Fiduciary with Primerica Financial Services. So what I do is I educate families, business owners, and their employees on how money works, make sure they're properly protected, debt-free, and financially independent. And if you don't understand what that means, I can help you out. We do that through a financial needs analysis, which is complimentary, customized, and confidential. So a great referral for me would be a family who just recently bought a house, who recently had a child or adopted a child. That's a great referral for me. I don't know. I had a lot of different ones. I really didn't have one that was favorite. I was a football player. I was, a bunch of different stuff.
Okay.
I was bowling. I don't know.
Phyllis, you're up, and Scott, you're on deck.
Good morning. I am Phyllis, and I'm with the Boomers of America magazine, where we cater to your Woodstock generation. And I would like to thank everybody who has gone on and liked our Facebook page or gone online to read our blogs. We have over 400 people on Facebook now, and we have over 200 people that are engaging online. If you would like to write a blog, please get in touch with me. My information will be in chat. And I am Phyllis with Boomers of America magazine. And yeah, my husband and I, we don't do Halloween. We do every other holiday, but we just never got into Halloween.
Scott, you're up, and Brian, you're on deck.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Scott Roberts, and my wife and I own Peaceful Warriors Wellness Center in downtown St. Petersburg. We help people feel better, move better, and be better at everything you do through therapeutic massage, corrective exercise, stretching, reflexology, and many, many more. A great referral for us is someone that's experiencing some pain and discomfort, having trouble standing upright from a seated position, injuries, accidents, things of that nature. I've always done really well dressing up as the Grim Reaper. That's always been a lot of fun. If I can go off just a little bit, when I was working for the city of St. Petersburg, I wanted to dress up for Halloween, but the management wouldn't let me. I thought it would be a great idea to be Pennywise. And then as I left a ticket on the windshield for somebody that was parked illegally, leave them a red balloon, have a little healing tank with some red balloons.
Oh, that's great.
And put a dum-dum sticker on their a staple to their ticket, so that A, they'd get the balloon, B, they'd get this a piece of candy, but inadvertently you'd be calling them a dum-dum by leaving it. I got shot down. They wouldn't let me do it.
I just wonder why.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
That was a good one, though, Scott. That's going to be hard to top.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Good story.
Brian, you're up, and Mark, you're on deck.
Morning, everybody. My name is Brian Harding with Freedom Financial Group. We're a full-service financial planning firm. We deal with the core four of investments, insurance, estate planning, and tax preparation. So we're a full-service team. A good referral for us would be a parent of a high school age child that has questions about their child's college education as far as the funding process, and more importantly, the planning process. As far as Halloween costumes, for some of you, I don't know, you have Chuck E. Cheese down here, don't you?
Yeah.
We have Chuck E. Cheese. Many remember it used to be called Billy Bob's. That would have been back in the 80s. And I was Billy Bob for the pizza place in high school. And I got to keep the Billy Bob costume. And that thing was a monster. But I went around as Billy Bob for about 3 years in high school and college because I had that costume.
Are you in the Midwest?
I was, yeah.
Because they still have Billy Bob's there.
Yeah, it was Nebraska. Yeah.
Okay. Mark, you're up, and then our guest, Shannon, you're up.
All right, so my name is Mark O'Donnell. I'm president and founder of RGA. Thank you for believing in a dream, but this is not how we plan to spend our 10-year celebration of our organization. We should be to Cozumel today, barging from the ship and enjoying Cozumel after an amazing day at sea.
Oh.
I know. So 2021, 2022, we can't wait to see you. So I was working for Living Social, and they made us dress up in costumes. So when we were at the convention in August, they told us that. So I literally had all my friends save their Bud Light cans, and I made a Bud Light night costume. Now, it was a great idea in theory, but I literally had to have people drive me around to my accounts, because when you had the costume on, you couldn't drive because it was like a armored thing. So I was in the back seat of the car.
Interesting.
But I was trying to find a picture of it, and I have pictures of everybody else, but not of me. But I'll find it.
Okay. Shannon, you're up, and Denise, you're on deck.
Good morning, RGA. Thank you guys so much for having me this morning. I do have to take my son to school at 8:45. I'm so sorry to leave early. It won't happen again if I come back. I own Your Healthcare Solutions. We are a concierge health insurance brokerage. Basically, we do everything you don't want to do with your health insurance. A good referral for me are self-employed individuals and Medicare. So we work with the over 65 community. And a Halloween costume for me is an orange t-shirt that says, "This is my Halloween costume." Go for that.
Love it.
Thank you.
Well, Shannon, I'm glad you got to join us today. Don't forget to put your information in the chat.
Yes, ma'am.
And Denise, you're up, and Melanie, you're on deck.
Hi, I'm Denise Oatley Hall, board certified hypnotist, your game changer queen. Don't go through the holidays being on a diet. It will be no fun. And we all know diets don't last and work. Do the best thing, change your mind. I have a new course coming up that's starting next week. Check it out in the chat box. Also, I have a course starting next Monday, free, self-hypnosis. You can change all kinds of habits, leave stuff behind, or gain new skills with self-hypnosis. It's free. When I was a very little girl, my older sister, who was 9 years older than I am, made me a costume that I will never forget how it made me feel. She made me a Southern Belle costume with the gloves, and I had a hoop skirt, and I felt as beautiful as I've ever felt in my lifetime, so I'll never forget that.
Aww. Bravo. Bravo.
Melanie, you're up, and Dave, you're on deck.
Hi, everybody. Melanie with Juice Plus. We're bridging the gap between what you should be eating and you are eating with Juice Plus. We have an immunity event coming up on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. I posted information in the chat, and we've talking about the completely balanced as well. This is for your yo-yo dieters. This is the ones that just want to fit into your lifestyle, and they just want to press the easy button for your nutrition. Melanie with Juice Plus. So my favorite costume, I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again, is when I went and taught a Zumba class, and we're supposed to be in costumes. They asked me what I was, because I was in my regular Zumba outfit, and I turned around and I had a corkscrew in my butt. I told them I was a pain in the ass.
Oh.
Oh, Dave, you're up, and Pierre, you're on deck.
Not sure how to respond to that.
A hard one to follow, Jeff.
I'm at a loss.
Good morning.
Leave it alone.
Dave
Leave
Dugal,
it alone.
Habitat for Humanity of Pinellas and West Pasco County, where we are still building homes and selling them at no profit with a 0% interest mortgage for folks who would have a difficulty getting traditional financing. Good referral for me is that single parent, that person that works in the healthcare, hospitality, or education fields. We're still building 5 homes a month. Anyway, my tragic Halloween costume was, this is before astronauts. They were called spacemen back then. And I had a shirt and a pair of jeans that I painted aluminum with spray paint. And I had a plastic bowl. I went out as a spaceman. Tragedy was that paint made it very hot in there, and my skin itched like hell for the next 3 or 4 days.
Were you allergic?
Apparently so.
Evidently, yeah.
Good thing there's no lightning storms nearby either.
They do Habitat for Humanity.
Pierre, you're up, and Rick, you are on deck.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Pierre Lamont with Suncoast Advisors Group and AAA Life. First and foremost, health insurance for individuals, families, and small businesses. And I quoted a guy the other day. He was paying $400 a month with Blue Cross, and I mainly focus on faith-based companies. And I got him a plan for $180 a month, which included a zero deductible rider. I also represent life insurance for AAA. AAA is a big company. So my favorite costume was probably the Phantom of the Opera when that was popular back then. I had everything, the fedora, the cane, the cape, the plastic mask on my face. And yeah, it was a little warm too, but it was only half that. But that was my fave, I guess, because I did everything.
Rick, you're up, and Corey, you're on deck.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rick Rampersad. I'm with Primerica Financial Advisors. I'm a fiduciary and also an authorized provider with the Pinellas County School Board. So I help Pinellas County School Board employees maximize their retirement benefits. So the ideal referral from me would be a Pinellas County School Board principal or teacher. Specifically this week, I'm looking for a warm introduction to Danielle Turo, the principal at Plato Academy. Rick Rampersad, Primerica. And then my favorite costume, I was a rapper. So I had a lot of bubblegum wrappers and I taped them onto myself. So I was just a big rapper.
That's a good one.
Yeah, right.
Cool.
Oh, you know, we were all thinking of something else. You had like chains around and
Yeah.
That's right, Rick's in the house.
yeah, wow.
How'd you get all the sugar off of you after you got the wrappers off?
No
Corey,
comment.
you're up, and Carrie, you're on deck.
Good morning, RGA. Corey Jenkins here. Good to be with you. I am the Love You to Life coach. And what that means is I help people literally love themselves to life. It starts right here when you're starting to love yourself and your life. And we just finished the first day of the week-long challenge. Tonight is the second day, or I should say this afternoon at 3:30. And it's the You Can Have It All challenge. We help you figure out what that means for you, because without a goal, you're getting nowhere. So come check out what's next in your life with me. Corey, the Love You to Life coach, and mine was my mom's prom dress. I always had this affinity for it, and she let me use it. Now, she was this big in high school, so I was in 5th grade and it barely fit me. That's how tiny my mom used to be. But it was the best. I felt I went as a princess, and it's the most memorable one that I ever had.
Aw.
Carrie, you're up, and Nicole, you're on deck.
I am the jingle writer, your top of mind provider. I write the songs that make the whole world buy. I write the songs that make them give you a try. I always do that for Mark. Good morning, RGA. Thank you all for showing up. Those of you that did yesterday, great time at Ford's Garage. I help businesses make their first impression a lasting impression, because when you send your message, it will get stuck in people's heads and they don't even know why they know you, but when they're ready to do business with you, they think of you. And that's what I help businesses do, become a household name and top of mind. I guess I'm going to cheat a little bit, because last week I already talked about my favorite costume that I made, but my favorite costume, I guess, was back in 1982. I cheated a little bit because I was Albert the alligator at the University of Florida, so I got to go around in my costume. So
Interesting. Cool.
just don't tell the university I did that.
That was you?
Nicole, you're up.
Hey everybody, good morning. Nicole Crothers, financial advisor with Edward Jones. Those that were on the call yesterday, I had everybody do an affirmation basically saying, I am going to be financially successful. Super powerful to your brain when you say, I am going to be something. So go out and find the people that you need in your life to help you actually be financially successful, whether that's a business coach, a financial advisor, whatever that looks like for you. So set a goal, say, I am going to do it, and do it. That's it. And so I am notorious for corny, homemade, fun costumes. So a couple like quick favorites. I made my son a toothbrush one year, and he had like pipe cleaners sticking out of the back of his head. I talked my best friend in college into being a baked potato, and I made her walk around in aluminum foil all night. And probably the best one that my husband and I ever did, we wore all brown. I spray painted tennis shoes green. We were tied together at the shoulders with black string, and we both had headbands with birds on them, and we were electric poles.
A lot of work.
A lot of work. So with that, I think I got everybody except for myself. So I am Tina from Advertising Concepts, where I help you market your business using promotional products. Please come to my new division, Busy Ladybug, where I can make you 10 masks, or 100 masks. Tina, Advertising Concepts of Madeira. The holidays are here, so please, no matter who you order from, no matter what you decide to do, make sure you say thank you to your customers for supporting you this year. It's been a rough year, 2020. So, don't forget about the customers that have supported you in the past. Tina, Advertising Concepts of Madeira. My favorite costume was, I'm kind of short, so I used to take my dad's big jackets and I make a really good headless horseman. So, with that, we are going to go ahead and get started with our speaker today is Peter from Menu Top Ads. So please, everybody, mute yourself. We're going to give him 10 minutes and then 5 minutes for questions. So Peter, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank everybody here. Thanks for coming. And Phil, again, the reason I love RGA, I'm amongst friends, and what a great opportunity. So I'm going to start back in 1992. I got involved in the health club industry just as a sales counselor, and they gave us these little lead boxes to put out everywhere, and it took forever to do, and it wasn't very effective. And so I came up with the idea of there was a Smith's grocery store right across from the gym, very busy. And I approached the manager there and asked if I could put a giant lead box or drawing box there, and I was going to give away $50 of groceries and a 6-month membership to the club. And he says, if it doesn't cost me anything, you can do it. And I did that. And I was getting 1,000 leads a week in this thing. Most people were entering for the groceries, but the ones that filled out their name and what they wanted to accomplish, I kept those, and I sold the other ones to the other counselors because they're always looking for somebody to call. And it just was fantastic. So I've always had that mind of how can we do this better, different. And anyway, that kind of got the attention of the owners of these gyms. And so I was got into management, and then they made me the marketing director for Las Vegas. And I put together their grand openings, re-grand openings, special events. So I was always, the next thing we had a grand opening of a club, and they're giving away a treadmill, and I talked them into giving me memberships to give away to trade. And I went and I got a Saturn car to give away, 2 Wave Runners, Movado watches. I had 70,000 in prizes I didn't pay anything for, all on trade with memberships. And the Saturn dealership, buy a Saturn, get a free 1-year membership to the gym. So they're promoting us on the radio. So again, I've just always had, there's a way to do this. So I eventually got into my own, moved back to the Midwest, take care of my mom the last year of her life. And when she passed, I was like, what am I going to do? And I had all this experience in the gym business. So I started opening gyms, and I had the first one I had was in Davenport, Iowa. I had no money for marketing because I put everything into the gym, and it was just a lot of guerrilla marketing, doing co-op with different businesses. Let me put some of my passes on your counter, and I'll put your stuff on my counter. And I finally built it up to where I was able to do some paid advertising, and it was effective. But one day I got approached by a guy that was doing a flyer on a pizza delivery box, and it was so affordable. I said, what do I have to lose? And so I tried it, and I put a 1-week pass on the flyer, and I don't know, it worked so good. And I don't know if it was because people got done eating pizza going, oh man, I gotta lose some weight. And they saw my pass, and they came in a lot. And so I stayed with him over every one that he had done. And anyway, so in 2013, I got out of the gym business, and I moved down to Florida, and I got my insurance license. And where's our guest? Is she still here? Anyway, she had to leave. But anyway, God bless people who do insurance. There are other insurance. It just wasn't my thing. I'm on the creative side of life, thinking outside the box. And with insurance, you can't do that. So it just was, even though I was successful in it, I didn't like it, and I was having my morning coffee just in my quiet time in the morning. And I just, for some reason, thought about that guy and that pizza menu, and I thought, man, I bet I could figure this out. So 2 years ago today, October 2018, I came up with at that time pizza top ads. I approached Mama Mia's Pizzeria in Port Richey. I made up a mock flyer, took it to them, told them I would print their menu for free on it if I could sell the space to pay for it. So I did that, and now I think I have 35, 40 different places that I do this for. So one of the instrumental things for me in getting that business going was joining RGA. So I joined RGA, and you guys have seen me on this journey. It's like I was talking to Melanie yesterday, and we're talking about starting a business, and it just takes time, and it was just one foot in front of the other. Sometimes it's just like, why am I doing this? And the thing was, when I first started this, nobody knew what I did, and didn't know me from the next guy. And I think Florida is notorious. I even went into some places that, a guy approached me about doing this. He took my money. He never made the menu. So I made sure when I made mine, because they didn't buy, I went back and showed those people I do what I say and say what I do. And I guess I got that reversed, but anyway, so I started with Mama Mia's, and this thing has, in life, I think that we start out on a path, and this is the way I'm going to do it, and this is the only way. This is and you force it to work. And what I've learned in life is sometimes we get directed, and and there might be something better. It can be tweaked, so when I first started, it was just a flat flyer that went on the box, and they taped it on. And what I didn't experience, or what I experienced from that, was that a lot of these pizzerias, they're cooking, and the grease gets in the air and it gets on the boxes, and they try and tape it on. It was hard for the pizzeria, and I want to make it easy for the pizzeria, because the easier it is, the more likely they're going to do it. So we switched to a trifold, which they could stick down into the box. It's easier for the person to keep the menu around, because it's more, it'll fit on the fridge easier. It'll fit in the menu drawer easier. People at work usually have a menu drawer when everybody's like, hey, where are we going to go eat? So we came up with a trifold that's been very successful. And as we're doing this, now COVID hit, and so I do two things. I do the menu top ads, and I do hand wipes. It's like if I would have spun the wheel of good things of being for COVID, I couldn't have landed on two better things. So, but the menu top ads, what happened was I was doing these, and it used to take me 3 weeks, 4 weeks to fill up a menu, a menu advertising. And because of COVID, I thought, let's do less ads on here, make them bigger, but charge the same price. We're not going to make as much per menu, but the client's going to get a better size ad at the same price, and I can fill them up faster. And right now, all the small businesses need all the help they can get. So I just want to give more value for the same amount of money. And so we started doing that. And so now, instead of taking 3 weeks, because there's less ads, plus there's more of a need, I've done 2, sometimes 3 menus in 1 week. And there's a couple reasons for that. And one of them is, when I open up a location in my area that I've been so successful in, half to 3/4 of it is filled up, because I have advertisers that aren't area specific, like roofer, Conto's Roofing. He knows me so well now. He likes my product so well. Thank you, Jeff. That I'll call him up and say, I'm going on this pizza. I just signed this location, and he'll say, don't even call me. Just put me on it. If it's in Pasco, put me on the flyer. And I go, yeah, I'm going to call you anyway, but thank you. Anna Farrell's been a good one. Real quick, since if I can, what happened is I have restaurants call me, why won't you do one? So now that's when we changed our name from Pizza Top Ads to Menu Top Ads. And I'm just going to show you my latest one. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes, no?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yes, there it is.
Okay. So this is the latest one, called Robert's Smoking Barbecue. it is a trifold now. So this area is the back page. So when you fold it up, but I want to thank Tina Newby for being on there. So thank you, RGA. And then if you go down here, we will see, whoops, no, I'm sorry, Denise was on that one too. There she is. Denise Oakley Hall is on there too. So look at these, the two RGAs right next to each other. This is on the flap. So when it opens up, the first thing you're going to see is these ads right here. There's not a bad spot on my flyers. It gets seen. It's so affordable. I mean, it's pennies because I print 10,000 of these full color, 100-pound gloss. It's magazine quality. It gets into the customer's hand. I really think that's about it. I just once again want to say thank you to RGA. Thank you to Denise. If Tina was here, I'd say thank you to her. Thank you for getting my message out there, Mark. I really appreciate it. Peter Crampton, Menu Top Ads. The best thing on a menu is your ad.
So you can go ahead, 5 minutes question and answer.
So are you more looking for advertisers or are you more looking for restaurants?
More for advertisers. You know, it's really a no-brainer for the restaurant. I can, you know, I posted the other day on, there's a thing, Pasco restaurants, and I posted on there that I do free menus for restaurants, and I had 4 restaurants reach out to me. So I can, you know, I get to, you know, before I was going begging because nobody knew who I was. Now it's like I get to be very choosy. Yeah, I was always choosy. You know, the qualifications for a restaurant is they've got to have at least a 4-star rating, and it's got to be a popular place because, you know, you don't want your ad on a place that doesn't have good ratings. Oh gosh, I had something I was going to say, but it doesn't matter. Yes, Melanie.
So you say affordable. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Oh, without a doubt. So the ad that Denise did is usually $225 for 10,000. She got a deal because she's in RGA, and just like I will for anybody in RGA. So if you think about that, $200, that's 2 pennies a delivered message into their hands. So it's very affordable. I have the bigger ads run $300, so double the space for a penny more per ad, and they're very effective. I have some clients that buy the full panel. Johnny Cool's come on lately, and when he goes on a location, he wants the full back panel. You know, there's in advertising they say the front page, which the pizzeria gets, and the back page are the most visible because if they set the menu down, they can see that. But again, if you open it up and you read it, there's there's ads. When you open it up, there's a flap. It's not hidden within 30 pages of an advertising product. Yes, Denise.
You know, when you're designing an ad, and I know that, you know, what are the most important things for you to have on a small ad like this, you as an advertiser, to put on there? Is a QR code really, you know, a big deal? I'm not well versed in this.
Well, 2 questions there. And the biggest mistake people make, I'm gonna throw one of my advertisers, you know, because I've warned them, and I'll show you. If you see Advanced Research Institute down here in the lower left on the top one, way too much verbiage. You know, I told them, I said you need some pictures, and so Denise, you've got a good one. You've got white space in there. You've got a picture looks like somebody, you know, raising their hands in freedom. You know, the picture says something. So it's important to have something that's going to draw their attention to the ad. And with QR codes, people, I don't like QR, but what's happened with iPhones and Android phones now, you don't have to download a QR code reader. If you just point your camera at something, it will grab that QR code and it brings up their website. You can tap it. So what we want to do is do something that's going to make them want to get more information, go to your website where you have complete control, or you can go to their website, your Facebook page, whatever you want. We can direct that QR code to whatever web-based site you have.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other questions?
Peter.
One
Okay,
last thing.
Carrie.
One last thing. I just signed up Vinny D's in Newport Richey. They have almost a 5-star rating, and they are only takeout and delivery. You can't even sit down there. So you're messy. Some of the restaurants have lately been using the menus when you sit down. So it's not a bad thing. You know, it's you're seeing it when you sit down, when you take your food out, or when it's delivered. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
All right, Tina, are you ready to interview him?
Well, I sure am.
Well, of course you are. So you guys,
Tina's always ready.
this is on RGA Space Network's YouTube page, and we have shared it to our Facebook sites. So,
And how do we find it on YouTube? What did you call it?
RGA Space Network.
Okay.
Yeah, I just typed it in the search, found it, clicked on it, shared it both to Facebook and LinkedIn. It didn't take very long.
Awesome.
Boom, there it is.
Boom. So we're going to go ahead and get in breakout rooms, and we're going to talk about, be very specific on what you are looking for and how we can help you get a referral. You know, Rick is wonderful at this. Okay, you're very specific. You tell us who you need. You guys think about that, okay? Rick gets what he wants because he's very specific, and we all know exactly what he needs. So you guys be specific, help each other out, and how can we help you? Okay. How are we doing, Mark?
We're doing good. I'm just, if you're in a room, and I apologize, with Tina and Peter by yourself, come back. We'll put you in a different room. So join your rooms, except you, Peter, and you, Tina, don't join your room. Barry, join your room.
He's busy.
Barry, join your room.
So, Peter, tell everybody here on YouTube and Facebook, what's the name of your company again?
It's now Menu Top Ads. So
And that was clever.
Well, you know, it's it just, again, it morphed into that. You know, we were only doing pizzerias, and I had a place called Heroes Downtown Subs and Salads. The guy called me up and he goes, "Hey, how about us, you know, sandwich places that are, you know, we're in a tough spot right now too. I'd like free menus." And I said, "Well, I'll meet with you. I can't promise anything," but he was just a great guy. He's an ex-fireman. He has a charity called Crew to 40. And what was cool about that one, because he didn't need a lot of the menu space, we actually gave some of the space that I said, "You sell this space and I'll give you all that money for your nonprofit." So we raised $300.
That was nice.
40, which supports local firemen and first responders.
Awesome.
Then I was able to, with it, help him on 9/11. We delivered sandwiches to all the fire stations here, the police station, the police station, and yeah, it was really neat too. You know, in the beginning, Tina, it's like, you know, I can't do nothing. I'm just trying to build this, and now I'm in a position where I can use the menu as a fundraiser too for organizations. So,
you know, and that's like, there's a few companies that were able to pivot during this pandemic. You know what I mean? Instead of just sitting back and taking it, you know, putting your head in the sand and saying, "Oh my gosh, you know, I'm going to lose everything." You're one of the ones that pivoted. You knew that people were delivering, and, you know, you grew your business substantially during this time. So kudos to you.
Thanks. You know, I appreciate you saying that, because, you know, I mean, like everybody, what is this? And what, you know, I mean, I had a time, but then I finally just said, you know, what can I do and what can't I do? And so I used that time. You know, I dropped 50 pounds during the COVID. My business grew. You know, I just really focused on the house and getting it straight and projects I've been waiting for. So, you know, in life, we always have choices,
Mhm.
and they're not always good choices, but it's if I can focus on what's within my ability and what isn't, it narrows it down. So, but again, and RGA pivoted, to where going on these Zoom meetings, and it really helped my business because I have pizzerias, menus, and restaurants from St. Petersburg to Spring Hill.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Zoom has really, RGA has really, I think, catapulted quite a few of us. It's taken us out of our wheelhouse,
Right.
because like you said, you would have only been like in Pasco, right?
Right.
And now, I mean, I see you down here on the beach. So,
Yep.
I mean, kudos to you for being able to take that crappy bowl of lemons and make lemonade out of it.
Now, if you see me on the beach, no taking pictures.
So right now, what are you working on? What are you
Like I
looking
said,
for?
we've got, what's weird? I mean, I have roofers, air conditioners, a lot of the trades. I don't have a plumber, and I'd like an introduction to a plumbing company that would either I've got some locations in St. Petersburg going right now. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 open menus going right now, where I use, like I said, I do one every 3 weeks. I've got 4 of them going. I've got 2 going to print this week. It's so a plumber would be awesome.
And I mean, service people, that's right up their alley. Okay. I mean, because you do. And it's funny that you've moved over to menu tops, because I know in the office, we get tired of pizza. I hate to say it, but you know what I mean? It's like, okay, can we have a hoagie shop or another shop, to have delivered to the office? So, I mean, that was so smart to branch out like that. And service companies, that's a no-brainer to having that menu drawer that you keep at the house or in the office, AC, all of those service ones.
Right.
I
appreciate you saying that was smart, but it was what it's also, in business, it's so about listening, and it's like somebody approached me and I listened to them and thought, I wouldn't have been able to do it if we didn't go to a trifold, because a flat one, it might have worked for a sandwich shop, but going to the trifold really helped in a lot of ways, even though it costs more to, in printing, to cost more to fold something than if it's just a flat piece. But
yeah, that's a whole extra fee right there.
Right. But, and because I noticed too, because we went with less advertisers, they're more easily seen. The other ones, it was kind of got lost in it. So there's not a bad spot anymore,
right.
Or there's nothing that's more, I don't know. I have people tell me, oh, the back page is the best. Other ones want to be, it's just whatever you prefer. I can usually accommodate you.
And when you throw it in your drawer, you don't always just throw it face up.
Right.
It ends up in your menu drawer.
Right.
So, I mean, like you said, any spot is a good spot. And if anybody was trying to reach you, how would they find you, Peter?
Well, they can call 727-534-0571, or they can go to menutopads.com and see the whole thing.
Okay. Well, it looks like everybody's back. Welcome back, everybody. Did you have a great meeting?
You sure?
Good. Were we specific?
Actually, yes.
Good. Give me some examples of your specific goals right now. What are you looking for? What is a specific referral?
I'm gonna jump in for a minute, because I want to ask everybody a similar question to Ralph and I had a very brief conversation after we talked about golf and soccer and all kinds of other things. He reminded me that I asked him about, he had liked something, and I want to get everybody's opinion. Maybe this would be a good business builder. He had liked a company on Facebook. I think it was Facebook or LinkedIn, I don't remember, but it was a thing and it was an ad or something. And I reached out to him. I said, Ralph, do you know those people? Because I would love a referral to them. And the conversation went into, we don't always, I've had a couple of people where I see they liked something and I send them a private message. Are you using this? Because I might be interested. And sometimes they have no idea they even liked it. And I don't know, are we liking things as far as referring and expanding? Are we liking things strictly for the engagement of being there? Or do we actually like them because we use them and thus might make for a good connection for a referral? I'm just curious.
Okay, well, that's a good question. So we'll open that up for answers. Mark, you're the first one that I said saw moving your head. What do you have to say?
100%. And I do that on our social platforms to engage, for Facebook as an admin of those pages. Any like is a good like. And if I can tag and comment, it shows it to a broadcast of followers on the page. So absolutely 100%. But I love how we did, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, the best payroll company on one of our platforms, and a boatload of people recommended other companies, and Barry would do the link to their reviews. I thought that was brilliant, but they're all 1-star reviews of the other company.
Jeff, did you have your hand up? You're muted. Okay. You're still muted.
No, Phyllis was saying goodbye. I was just waving to her.
Oh, okay. So, I do the likes, but usually somebody invites me. Like Brian might invite me to like this restaurant. And since I like Brian and I respect his opinion, I would look at it and then I would like it. Sometimes I don't always like everything, Mark. Sometimes I'm kind of picky about it. I mean, is that a good thing or a bad thing? But I do it. I mean, I might never been to that restaurant, but because Brian suggested it, I'll like it. Does that make sense?
Yes. And we appreciate that if you're on our group page.
Because I mean, how does anybody else feel?
I try to be picky with them because a lot of times people they'll friend you, and the first thing they're asking you to do is like all these pages.
Now, friending you is different than liking a.
Yeah, but they'll friend you and then invite you to like other pages.
Okay.
And if they just became friends, I don't just go and like those pages because then I have to like you either actually go to them or do some research on them.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody that I know and respect and they're recommending someplace, then I'll go and like that page.
Right.
Mark, I'm going to ask another. Oh, sorry.
Hang on, Nicole. What were you going to say?
They just became friends.
Do you just like everything?
Then I have to.
Oh yeah, I try to go through and like everything. And if anybody tries to connect on my business page, I take it.
Okay. Mark, is that you with the feedback in the background?
I hope not.
I can hear Ralph.
Somebody's listening to YouTube or Facebook, which is delayed. That's what we're hearing. Yeah.
Okay, Kara, I guess you had another question?
Well, I was going to ask because a lot of people, as we know, comment either on our posts or our ads, and people like, and Facebook very quickly says so-and-so liked your comment, your ad, invite them to your page to like your page. And again, is that something that we should just down the line, everybody, yes? Or do we want to look and see who they are before we just have them?
Well, I think that's I think you need to evaluate that. But I mean, a lot of people, if you know them and they're not a brand new person that just said, hey, I want to be your friend, like Ralph just said, if they've been established, yeah, you should probably like them.
Oh, no, these are just people. These are people that you don't know. These are just people that like your ad or.
I usually invite them and then it's up to them if they want to like it. I don't know.
I would open up a conversation. That's always good. They tell you in the Facebook classes that this is and I somewhat disagree, but if somebody comments on a post that you have done or made and you don't say anything, you don't reach out to them, that would be like somebody coming into your house and sitting around the living room and you say something and then you just not saying anything to them. So they think it's social media. So you should say, hey, Tina, thanks for liking my post. Now that's hard when you do random pictures of Halloween things and you get 64 people, but it just builds the engagement. It's much better, of course, in a group or on your page rather than your personal page, but yeah. Okay. So like imagine sitting.
Well, that is a good point. Yeah.
That's like, hey, Tina, I like that. You would say, well, thanks, Mark. Right. If we were in person.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started real quick with closed business or referrals. Has anybody done any closed business? Peter.
Well, I want to thank Denise Oakley Hall again. In fact, it's cool. She just texted me, said, "Can I put a QR code on my?" She's doing another ad on Carmelita. I've already texted my. Yep, we can do that. And I'd like to thank Tina Newby, who is not here. She also did a ad that I showed you. So thank you for closed business.
Very good. Anybody else? Ralph.
I got my new business cards. I'm just waiting for the invoice to come in.
Awesome. You got them. Good. Okay.
Nice.
Brian, I saw your hand go up. No. Okay.
I got a referral
Denise.
from Mark just now, but no closed business this week. Sorry.
Referrals are good.
Yeah.
That's a
Mark,
start.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome. Let's see if it pans out.
Denise.
I hired Dawn O'Neill to send out some postcards for me. So close business.
Cool.
Awesome. And Melanie?
Barry and I had dinner the other night. That was great. Thank you, Barry. And then Peter, you're next. Don't worry. We talked last night as well. So
Again.
Okay.
Sorry, the salmon was a little overdone.
I had a great mom with Nicole Crothers. We really had a great talk and looking forward to more.
Okay. I know that Carrie gave me a referral to Zipwax, and they're ordering masks from me. So thank you for the referral, Carrie. Debbie London Baker bought pens. Thank you. Ralph just bought an order of business cards. And I was able to refer Mary to do a blog writing for Phyllis. So hopefully that goes forward. So thank you guys, everything. You know, and also don't forget about your moms, your dads, your Zazzes. I know our guest is gone, but you know, make sure when you take the time out of each other's day that you're there to learn about that person. You're not there just to sell, sell, sell. Our goal is to learn about each other. And then I know we still have like 4 minutes. Are there any other? Okay, Nicole.
One more. I'm taking Corey's Love You to Life thing. So I'm excited about that.
Me too. I'm trying to figure out if she can help me break my habit of watching like 10 RGA meetings a week.
And then Nicole, what did you have?
Is it useful though?
I'm kidding.
I know.
My favorite part of my day.
I referred somebody to RGA and they joined. They were live yesterday, or they were in person yesterday with everybody.
Oh, who was that?
Michael Freed.
Cool.
And what does he do?
Make a social.
Make the
Oh,
social.
I met him. Okay, very nice.
I found some people for him for app development and connected them and had a like hour-long conversation with him on the phone and invited him to the personal meeting. And then I found out you had invited him to the original. So I got to do like a mini one-to-one with him in person yesterday.
Yay, nice.
Did you connect him to
I
Glenn?
had one more.
Okay, one more. This is it.
Okay, Rick hooked me up with a restaurant that has open mic who's interested in having me do a show.
Oh, fun.
Oh,
You'll have to let us know
wow.
about that.
Yeah.
And then Peter, I saw your hand up.
I was just going to say that his name, what's his name? Sean from American Printing is putting together a bid to do our printing. And I tried to get Melissa Mabe in with an RV dealership. We're working on that, but I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm trying.
There you go. It's a referral. That's it. So you guys, thank you for all of that. Today's quote of the day is, I want you to count your blessings, practice kindness, let go of what I can't control, listen to your heart, and be productive and breathe.
Breathe
Aw.
is good.
Aww.
I've seen that somewhere.
I know. I wonder where. I like it. I liked it. I liked it enough to make that our goal today. Okay, so this is everybody's to-do list. Okay, not just mine, but it's yours also.
Very cool.
So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting. Goodbye, YouTube.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Hi, guys.
Thank
Bye,
you guys
everybody.
for joining us. Oh. Am I still sharing?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Believe
sorry.
I'm 100. And don't forget to.
We are still live on YouTube.
Oh,